Hi, there's been a contemplation whereby different baristas have this question in mind. How do you make a ristretto? But before I start this video, let me ask Barista Real, how do you make a shot of ristretto?
Ristretto. Well, but by the way, what I know about ristretto is just it's like a ratio of 1-to-1.
Okay.
1-to-1 ratio of water and coffee grinds.
Okay.
That's what I know about ristretto.
Thank you very much. So let us say that this is a shot of espresso and I'm going to split it into two. So when a client asks me for ristretto, I'll be serving this because I have splitted the espresso into two. So the remaining one, this is what I'm going to be serving. Just in case you've been a barista doing this whereby you have been serving half of your espresso as a ristretto, better stop, because in today's video I'm going to share with you the basic differences and similarities of a ristretto, espresso and a lungo. So as we get started, we are going to be looking at the similarities of these three drinks. So first, all these drinks can attain the same amount of coffee that we are going to use for the extraction process, which we call the input. And the second similarity is that they can all attain the same temperature, whereby the third similarity is that they can all be either single shot and double shot. Let's look at the differences. The differences are very many, but I'll be listing a few basic differences that every barista can easily understand. So the first difference is the output. When we have the input in the similarities, the output is totally different. So during the extraction process, the amount of water that we are going to use to extract the same amount of coffee beans is really going to be different for all these three. Then we are going to look at the timing, the seconds through which we are going to be extracting our shots. Then we are going to look at the taste. When it comes to taste, the ristretto tastes stronger, the espresso tastes medium, and lungo very light due to the seconds and then the amount of water that we use to extract these beverages. And when we look at the flavors still, we are going to find totally different flavors. And when we look at the extraction process, one might say that with the ristretto, it's going to be an under extraction. Espresso, it's going to be the normal extraction, and the lungo, it's going to be the over extraction. So with those few similarities and differences, you can also add up in the comment section below. Let's get to the practical part of it. So as we get started with the extraction of our three different beverages, I want you to know is that the ristretto accumulates a ratio of 1-to-1, espresso accumulates a ratio of 1-to-2, and a lungo accumulates a ratio of 1-to-3. When we talk about the ratios of 1-to-1, basically that means the ratio of 1 gram of coffee is equivalent to 1 gram of water. 1 gram of coffee is equivalent to 2 grams of water, and 1 gram of coffee is equivalent to 3 grams of water. So we're going to be using the same amount of coffee with the three beverages. So we are going to start by tallying and measure the amount of coffee. So like you see, this is 18 grams of coffee, and what are we going to do? I will easily tamp it, and with the ristretto, remember, we are going to be using the ratio of 1-to-1. So basically that means our ristretto has to be 18 grams. We are going to put that to our measurement. I'll get my glass right here, towel my weighing scale, and we are going to start the extraction process. We have to make sure that it is 18 grams. And basically after extraction, this is the 18 grams. Remember, we put 18 grams of coffee and our output is 18 grams. So that is a ratio of 1-to-1. So after seeing how we extract the ristretto with a ratio of 1-to-1, we are going to make the espresso. But we are going to use the same amount of coffee to show you the basic difference. This is also 18 grams. So I'm going to give it an even tamp. And I am also going to show you how to make the espresso, the ratios basically. Here we are going to be using the ratio of 1-to-2. I'll first give it a purge since we extracted the ristretto. And the ratio of 1-to-2 basically means that since we've put 18 grams of coffee inside, we are going to have an outcome of 36 grams of espresso. So I'll first place my vessel here to tally it, and it will go back to 00, and we are going to see the and we are going to see the outcome here. So I'll begin my extraction, and we are going to make sure that when we place it on the weighing scale, it has to be 36, since it's a ratio of 1 to 2. After the extraction, I'll bring another vessel of the same size, place it on the weighing scale to confirm if our weight is still the same. Then place our espresso to affirm the what? To confirm the weight, which is 36. So basically that is a ratio of 1 to 2. So right now we are going to be dealing with our Lungo. Like you've seen in the previous sections whereby we've looked at the Ristretto and Espresso, the Lungo accumulates the ratio of 1 to 3. When we talk about 1 to 3, what do we mean? Every gram of coffee basically accumulates or attains 3 grams of water. So even if you use 15 grams of coffee, you just have to multiply it with 3 to get our portafilter, and we are going to use the same grammage, which is going to be 18 grams. This all the espresso and ristretto have been 18 grams, and I'll give it a turn. Whereafter we are going to begin with our extraction. So I'll bring my weighing scale here, place our vessel that we are going to place our Lungo in, give it a towel, and we are going to start our extraction. Right, so we are going to start our extraction. Okay, so when it reaches 54 grams, that will be a ratio of 1 to 3, whereby we shall have attained the Lungo that we have been looking for. So like you see, it's going to raise. And there you go with our 54 grams. So I'm going to place this beverage into a same vessel where we placed our Ristretto and Espresso, so that we get to see the sizes of the volumes of the what? Of the beverage. So when you look at these 3 glasses, we have the Ristretto first, Espresso, and the Lungo. If you look at the ratios through which these beverages were extracted, you can easily see the difference, that the Ristretto was extracted halfway of the Espresso. The Espresso was extracted three quarter way of the Lungo, and the Lungo was extracted with a ratio of 1 to 3. So like you've seen in that video, I've been showing you how you can easily extract a shot of Ristretto, Espresso, and lastly the Lungo. Just in case you have any questions about these 3 beverages or any other beverages, please feel free to a question in the comment section below, or still you can easily visit my pages, which are the Facebook and Instagram page, where you can easily allocate your question there, and I'll easily respond to you very fast. And just in case you're new to this channel, make it a point to subscribe, because where this video came from, many more videos are coming. See you, and I sign out.